A beautiful afternoon to you. Welcome to News at 2 on Ogun State Television. I am Olayemi Takuro. The Senate has confirmed all 64 nominees for career and non-career ambassadorial positions following consideration of a report by the Committee on Foreign Affairs. The confirmation came after the committee chaired by Senator Sani Bello presented his report, after which the recommendations were adopted. However, during the session, Senator Shaibu Yeo raised an objection, drawing attention to the absence of any nominee from Zamfara State on the list. He urged that the President be notified of the omission. In response, the Senate President acknowledged the concern, explaining that the current list was not exhaustive. He assured lawmakers that he would raise the matter with the President. He further affirms that additional ambassadorial nominations are expected and that Zamfara State would not be excluded. President Bola Tinubu had on December 4th forwarded to the Senate a request for the confirmation of 65 ambassadorial nominees, comprising 34 career ambassadors and 31 non-career ambassadors and high commissioners. The House of Representatives constituted an ad hoc committee to probe the alleged discrepancies in the tax reforms passed by the Parliament and the official gazetted copy currently in circulation across government agencies. This was as the People's Democratic Party demanded that the federal government further shift forward by 6 months the January 1st, 2026 takeoff of the new tax law. The opposition party said the shift became important following an alleged illegal alteration made to the law passed by the National Assembly. The PDP added that the 6-month shift would allow for sufficient enlightenment campaigns on the new act. President Bola Tinubu recently signed 4 major tax reform bills into law, marking what the government has described as the most significant overhaul of Nigeria's tax system in decades. The federal government has announced the reopening of the 47 unity schools earlier shut down due to security concerns. This was disclosed in a statement by the Federal Ministry of Education. It said that the decision to reopen the affected colleges across the country reaffirmed its unwavering commitment to safeguarding students and ensuring the continuity of education. It assured parents, guardians, and the general public that the safety, welfare, and well-being of students remain a top priority. The ministry explained that the government continues to work closely with relevant security agencies to sustain stability and restore normalcy within school environments nationwide. It further noted that the safe return of students and the successful conduct of examinations in several unity colleges underscored the government's resolve to keep learning on track despite prevailing challenges. Ogun State Governor Prince Dapo Abiodun has approved the career advancement of graduate primary school teachers to cadre from grade level 16 to grade level 17. This was contained in a statement by the State Head of Service, Mr. Kehinde Onosoya. The Head of Service explained that the decision aims to address stagnation at the peak of the cadre and enhance motivation, ensuring improved service delivery in the primary education system. According to him, the governor also approved a consolidated salary structure for head teacher general, thereby upgrading their status. This move, Mr. Onosoya explained, reinforces the state's commitment to strengthening the education sector and supporting its workforce. He explained that the policy decision on the allegation follows a review of existing career progression frameworks and is designed to improve learning outcomes. The Head of Service said the State Universal Basic Education Board, SUPEB, has been directed to implement the policy immediately. The development, according to him, aligned with the Ishaya pillar of the administration, reaffirming Ogun State's role as the education hub of the country. He said the Prince Dapo Abiodun-led administration remains focused on implementing progressive policies to enhance educational development, urging the teaching workforce to remain committed to efficient service delivery. Members of the All Nigeria Confederation of Principals of Secondary Schools in Ogun State have been commended for their roles in the technological transformation of education in the state, with a call for them to be prepared for the task ahead. Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology in the state, Professor Abayomi Aripapu, gave this commendation in his address at the 45th Annual Congress of the branch held at Ashade Agunloye Empire Pavilion in Ilaru. Matthew Showmi completes the report.
Members of the All Nigeria Confederation of Principals of Secondary Schools across all local governments in Ogun State celebrating the achievements recorded in the last 1 year with a parade as they converged for their 45th conference with the theme Implementation of the Digital Technology in Ogun State Secondary Schools, Prospects and Challenges. Commissioner for Education, Science and Technology in Ogun State, Professor Abayomi Aribabu, said the achievements recorded in the transformation of the education sector through the use of technology would not have been possible without the contributions of the school administrators.
With committed leadership, skilled teachers and purposeful policy support, we hope we will be able to transform our schools into dynamic centers of learning.
Chairman of Ogun State Teaching Service Commission, Apostle Abiodun Soyaolu, and his counterparts in the State Universal Basic Education Board, Evangelist Olalekan Ifede, in their separate addresses, sued for continuous support of members in the implementation of various policies geared towards uplifting the standards of teaching profession.
We have introduced a culture of diligence, hard work, perseverance, and education in our young learners, and indeed, among the entire workforce, ANCOPS has always been a very commendable group.
Olu of Ilaru and paramount ruler of Yorubaland, Oba Kehinde Urubele, in his goodwill message, appreciates the school principals for their hard work and efforts in shaping the future of the state and Nigeria.
Our principals are doing wonderfully well. They are really doing everything within their ability to raise future leaders.
President of All Nigeria Confederation of Principals of Secondary Schools, Ogun State Branch, Prince Adeniyi Adekoya, who is attending his last conference before buying out of service, commended members for their perseverance, commitment, sacrifice, and ruggedness towards sustenance of the Confederation and the education sector.
Whatever knowledge they are able to gain here, they should take the knowledge back to their different school. Image of ANCOPS is very, very important. They should not do anything that would dent or damage.
Chairman of Yoruba Warri Block of ANCOPS, Jokotola Hammond, equally encouraged members to continue to portray themselves as nation builders earlier in her welcome address, while awards were presented to outstanding principals, retired principals, and those who have contributed to the association. Matthew Showmi, OGTV News.
Ogun State government has signed a memorandum of understanding with Ogtv Travel and Tourist Company for the management of Olumo Tourist Center. While signing the agreement, the State Commissioner for Culture and Tourism, Session Fagbaying, said the initiative is to maintain the standard of the facility as well as to increase the state's internally generated revenue. Yusuf Ganiu has the report.
The signing of an agreement between Ogun State government and Ogtv Travel and Tourist Company is an initiative to ensure Olumorog attains international standards. The State Commissioner for Culture and Tourism, Sheson Fagbayi, disclosed that handing the management of Olumorog to the private sector is basically to turn around the facility with improved internally generated revenue.
We all know that before renovation, we made less than 50-60 million in a year, and within the time frame that ministry running between 26th of August to 2nd November, at least we made very significant amount of money that has increased the agile of the government. And giving it back to a professional, someone that have more capacity than we do as government, because there is this saying that there is no need, government doesn't have business in business. Let's give it to professional to run. I believe definitely it's going to make a very reasonable amount of money, into the covers of the government.
The State Director General, Public-Private Partnership, Dr. Oduwole, noted that the Gateway State is desirous of the best particularly in managing tourism sites in all spheres.
This is a public-private partnership arrangement. So we bring the best of the private sector out there who are very well experienced in tourism and managing tourism sites, and bring them the best, increasing the numbers, ensuring that there is even more money coming into Ogun State, into Olumorok Tourist Center, also ensuring that we're able to increase the numbers, we get the best in, and there will be improvements.
The managing director of What Will Do Travel and Tourist Company said Olumorok Tourist Center is one of the most iconic tourist sites in Nigeria, saying the agreement is to ensure the facility is well packaged to attract more people within and outside the country.
Going around Olumorok, you can see some things that are already being done in Olumorok here, and you will see more of those things as we go ahead. Our commitment is, listen, we're a Nigerian company that loves Nigeria, passionate about the things we're doing in Nigeria. We're going to bring international standards to what we do here. What we at What It Did promises this: there will be a before and after. Before we came and after we came, and the result will be very clear. And for everybody here, one of the key things we've done, the staff in Olumorok remain here. We have no business in saying that here. We want to ensure that indigents are here running Olumorok. Nigerians are here running Olumorok. That's going to continue. You're going to see more traffic here.
He also promised that the historical rock will be the most visited site by bringing a virtual reality center and a game arcade, among many other initiatives to attract tourists.
So beyond climbing the rock, there are other things that are going to attract you here. We're going to ensure that there's a games arcade in this place. We're going to do many things to attract people here. And these are things that a year from now, you can say, did they do it or they didn't do it? So you can hold us to our words. These are the things we're going to do. These are the things we're committed to doing. We're saying it again, that Olumorok will be the most visited site in this country. The numbers will be there, the data will be there. And we're saying it again, simple. There are 3 things you should do if you come to Nigeria. Visit Olumorok is one of them.
He revealed that a Father Christmas will be coming from Finland to Abeokuta from 23rd of December to 3rd of January next year to ensuring the people of the state enjoy the Christmas season. Yusuf Ganiyu, OGTV News.
And News Just In says, in further demonstration of the resolve of the Ogun State government to continuously enhance the quality of its civil public service in general and strengthen the operations of the Bureau of Statistics in particular, Governor Dapo Abiodun has approved the appointment of Mrs. Omolara Adebukola Adebayo as the Statistician General of the state. A statement by the state head of service, Mr. Kehinde Onosoya, indicates that the appointment was made in line with the provisions of Section 12 of the Ogun State Statistical Law 2012, with her selection drawn from the pool of successful directors under the Ogun State Pipeline Leadership Development Program, which serves as a source for top-level appointments in the civil and public service. The statement explains that Mrs. Adebayo joined the Ogun State Civil Service on 19th November 2001 as a statistician grade level 8 and rose through the ranks to the post of Deputy Director grade level 16 with effect from 1st of January 2024. She had held forth as a Statistician General following the statutory retirement of the erstwhile holder of the office in May 2025. She obtained a Bachelor of Science degree in Mathematics from the University of Ibadan in January 1999 and also holds an Oracle 11G certification, which she earned with a 95% pass grade in 2012. The Ogun State Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development, through the Nigeria for Women Program Scale Up project, has hosted the World Bank Implementation Support Task Team at a strategic meeting with key state authorities. The meeting was convened to review the current implementation status of the program and assess progress made in advancing women-focused development initiatives across the state. Oladotun Davis was there, and his report is presented in this package.
Women's economic empowerment remains a key development priority of the Ogun State government. It's targeted interventions designed to improve livelihoods, promote inclusion, and strengthen grassroots participation in governance and enterprise. In furtherance of this commitment, the Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development, through the Nigeria for Women Program Scale Up, has hosted an implementation support task team from the World Bank as part of efforts to strengthen partnership and enhance program delivery. Speaking at the event, the Ogun State Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Development, Adijat Adeleye, said the state government is demonstrating strong political will and fiscal commitment towards the success of the program, noting that the women empowerment remains central to the administration's development agenda. Her counterpart, the Commissioner for Finance and Chief Economic Advisor, Dapo Okubalijo, who joined the meeting virtually, disclosed that the state government has approved a 1.5 billion naira counterpart fund to ensure seamless implementation of the project's development objectives across the 4 participating local government areas.
We appreciate His Excellency the Governor of Ogun State for his strong belief in women. He is a man who believes that women should be given opportunities to stand on their own, to have their own voice. And that is why he has always been supportive when it comes to the issues of women. Yes, the Nigeria for Women project started in 2018, but it could have even stopped along the line, but he went ahead. And as we speak, we are at the scale-up level of Nigeria for Women project, and he is still committed to it. He's still giving all support. It shows that he's a he for she, which we can see. He has demonstrated that in different ways.
Leading the implementation support staff team from the World Bank, co-tax team leader of the Nigeria for Women program, Yetunde Fatogu, explained that the meeting provided an opportunity to discuss strategic support for sister states, particularly in forming strong and sustainable affinity groups. She commended Ogun State for its warm reception, effective adoption, and remarkable progress of the program.
So basically, in terms of progress as a project, the project is doing well. Despite the delays, the project is on the way to accelerating implementation progress, and we can already see it. Some states have started forming what we call the women affinity groups, and part of the discussion that we'll be having today is to support other sister states to ensure that they are able to start forming women affinity groups also.
Also speaking, the Ogun State Project Coordinator, Bolale Fadairo, applauded the state government for creating an enabling environment that has allowed the project to thrive, describing the support as critical to achieving long-term impact.
Permit me to first express approval and appreciation to our amiable and women-friendly governor, His Excellency Prince Dapo Abiodun, CON, MFR. His unwavering support has created an enabling environment and have allowed this project to thrive.
Some participants at the meeting also expressed appreciation to the state government for its commitments to ensuring that women's voices are heard and reflected in policies and programs that shape societal development.
It has done so much to galvanize women empowerment. From the old, now women are empowered, they have a voice now to speak for themselves, and there is now indirectly the men too are benefiting.
Overall, stakeholders at the meeting expressed optimism that sustained collaboration between the Ogun State government and the World Bank will further strengthen the Nigeria for Women program scale-up, expand opportunities for women at the grassroots, and accelerate inclusive socio-economic development across the state.
Full autonomy for local government institutions would bring governance closer to the grassroots and by extension more development to the nation. This was the crux of a one-day symposium put together by Egba Agenda Forum to chart a course for the best governorship candidates in the 2027 election in Ogun State. The symposium, which has as its theme the political psychology of Ogun State and the imperative for an Egba governor, was held at the Centenary Hall, Ake, Abeokuta.
The political symposium was put together by Egba Agenda Forum, set of progressive-minded Egba indigenes, motivated by the need to have good governance and infrastructural development in Ogun State. The state leader, Egba Agenda, sons and daughters of Egba land, yearning for good government.
To explore the complexities of the state's political landscape and the aspirations of the Labour people in 2027. We have carefully chosen the theme of the symposium with the end set to the ambition of aspirants from regular territorial districts to occupy the seat in 2027.
The chairman of the Agenda Forum, Chief Mustafa Wolabi, reeled out the 10-point agenda guiding the forum.
As we march towards 2027, we invite all remaining lessons and laws across political parties and professional divides to join hands with us. Together, we can shape a future where Ogun State is going with vision, inclusiveness, and excellence.
Guest lecturer Mr. Adesina Olatunji did justice to the topic of the symposium, the political psychology of Ogun State and the imperative for an Egba governor.
And the government is psychologically better to reconnect the state political leadership with the seat of power. We must be necessary sense of partnership and civic.
There were goodwill messages from some notable politicians who graced the event as they all clamored for good governance anchored on transparency, accountability, and people-centered policies.
It's about the interest of making sure that the zone with the majority, right, in the state continue to have what they deserve in terms of the distribution of good governance.
A question and answer session wrapped up the symposium.
Youth development, leadership grooming, and moral reorientation took center stage in Odeda local government area of Ogun State as the National Youth Council of Nigeria, NYCN, brought together young people for a summit award presentation and Christmas carol. The program was part of efforts to strengthen unity among youths while encouraging responsible citizenship and community developments across the local government. Ikim Hagu has the report.
The National Youth Council of Nigeria, established in 1964, serves as the umbrella body and recognized voice of Nigerian youth. The council is charged with policy formulation and implementation on issues relating to youth development nationwide. The Odeda local government branch of the council hosts a youth summit, award presentation, and Christmas carol at its secretariat, drawing youth leaders, community stakeholders, government representatives, and members of various youth associations from across the area. Speaking at the summit, the Ogun State chairman of the National Youth Council of Nigeria, Comrade Kola Shoremi, emphasizes the need for youth to embrace positive values, active civic engagement, and continuous self-development as key tools for building a better society.
But let me commend and, of course, celebrate the leadership of Comrade Ajani Muftar for wonderful efforts that they've been putting in place to see how they can bring up interest to the youth constituency of the Odeda local governments. And of course, including the Christmas carol, the scholarship program, educational summits, empowerment that they've done since its assumption of office. We indeed value all of these efforts that its executives have been putting in place.
In his remark, the coordinator of the National Youth Council of Nigeria in Odeda local government, Comrade Ajani Alamu, expresses appreciation to partners and stakeholders for their support while pledging the council's commitment to programs that will positively shape the future of youth in the area.
They have been doing it, but we want them to do more to assist our youth so that our youth will be engaged. So we want them to also assist in empowering our youth.
Resource person at the summit delivered lectures on the role of non-governmental organizations in promoting education and agriculture. The discussion focused on bridging access gaps, providing skills training, enhancing food security through sustainable practices, and improving rural livelihoods through policy advocacy and environmental health initiatives. As part of the program, outstanding youth and community supporters receive awards in recognition of their contributions to youth development and community service, among whom was the General Manager of Ogun State Television, Mr. Tunde Kasim.
Youth as a catalyst for sustainable community development is both timely and profound. It recognizes a simple truth and future of our communities and our nation lies in the hands of the youth.
The event also featured a Christmas carol session with youth rendering songs of praise and goodwill to mark the festive season while promoting peace, love, and togetherness. Inkem Agu, OGTV News.
And just before we leave, in the words of Eleanor Roosevelt, the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Many thanks for watching News at 2. Bye for now.